Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United versus Derby County in the Carabao Cup. And yes, Paul Pogba versus Mourinho is a thing yet again. But you know what? This is the United Stand. I'm not going to hog that. We've got a Skype show at 8 o'clock tonight. We will do Pogba versus Mourinho tonight. But there are more pressing things. And I will talk about Pogba because there's some interesting comments today, but I want you lot to debate that tonight because I'll tell you now, there is an issue at Manchester United between Pogba and Mourinho. There's people behind those two factions and only one will win. You will decide that tonight. But more importantly, in my mind, because that's going to run and run, that's going to run for months. Tomorrow night, or today if you're watching it on a Tuesday, Manchester United play Derby County. And this is not a game that normally in the Carabao Cup we're like, oh, it's more about the weekend against West Ham and dropping the points then. This is a big game for Manchester United. Frank Lampard has laid down a gauntlet here that Mourinho is going to have to hurdle it. And I think he will hurdle it. But there's some very interesting things about Derby County and Manchester United tomorrow night that we should be not so lazy about. Because Mourinho's got to pick a certain team. A lot of those players are out of form and there is an opportunity for Derby County here. Frank Lampard has said it's all about making a good account of ourselves so that our fans come away from this game feeling proud of us. So it's not about Derby picking a second team like they should. Teams have done in the past. It's on the TV as well, which is another thing. What do you need to know about Derby County? Well, Frank Lampard's the manager. They are 6th at the moment with 16 points, but they're only 2 points off the top. They've won their last 2 games, and their style of football that Frank Lampard has implemented is abundantly clear when I say to you that Keogh, who is their centre-back, is second in that division for the amount of passes made. They play out from the back. They're also, I think, joint top of the league for yellow cards, so they press as well. I think this is going to be an interesting game for Manchester United in the context of certain comments that Pogba has made about the style of football and how Mourinho doesn't attack at Old Trafford and how it's not the players' fault. This is going to be very interesting tomorrow because Derby County, similarly to Wolves, who came from the Championship as well, they are a new breed of manager with a new style of football that is embracing the modern era of football, the Peps, the Klopps, the Pochers, the Sarris. Derby, with Lampard in post, is another of those teams and another of those managers that want to play football the right way, as many would say. So it's passing out from the back, which is evidenced. It is pressing, which is evidenced in how many yellow cards they're picking up. And they want to play good football. Now that is going to be a test for Manchester United tomorrow. Added to what Frank Lampard said about giving a good account of themselves, that will be a test for Manchester United tomorrow. Now this is my predicted 11. This is my predicted 11. And you look at it and I just want to say, I agree. I agree with you that yes, Gomez, Chong should be involved in this game. Maybe a couple of the other youngsters should be. But when you look at that team, you can't argue with it. That is probably going to be the team that Mourinho picks. He is not going to find a place for Gomez or Chong in the starting 11. Never in a million years. That's not the Mourinho way. Whatever side you want to come down on, it's not the Mourinho way when he's going to play a decent opposition tomorrow who is going to, they are on the telly. They're going to come and try and upset the odds Derby tomorrow. Now, whether they will or not is a different matter, but he is not going to use Chong and Gomez or either of them. He is not Sir Alex Ferguson. He's not even Van Gaal with that sort of approach. He's going to use players who haven't had game time recently, who are not part of his first team squad. And look at it. The lot we know is going to play. Martial will definitely play on the left. I would have thought Mata will play on the right. The midfield three, I presume it will be Pereira and McTominay because they've not played. He'll rest Fellaini, Matic and Pogba. And Fred will probably get time because Fred won't play against West Ham. We will definitely play Matic, Fellaini and Pogba. So Fred's not going to be playing against West Ham. So he will play tomorrow night. The back four, Phil Jones is back fit. He needs to get him some game time. He will play. Bailly needs game time. He will play. And Ashley Young will come in at left back. And I don't know whether De Gea will go in goal. It probably will be Tony Grant. Maybe Romero, but I'll put De Gea in there just for a little bit of a prediction. But Lukaku up front, as Martin Donker says, Lukaku can't play tomorrow. Well, look, Martin, I'm quite easy. How I would do it is like this: I would remove Lukaku, and I'd put him up front. At the end of the day, it's not working on the left. Some of his best games for Arsenal were up front. You could play him on the right if you wanted to, but I think Lukaku will play. I think Lukaku will play because Lukaku is a striker, for anybody who doesn't realise. I know he's not doing a very good impression one at the moment. He's a striker who is playing absolutely diabolical. I would play him tomorrow night against Derby, get a couple of goals, get your confidence in. Lukaku needs to get his confidence back, so I think Lukaku will play. But there's... Based on United have always had this problem. We've got a very big squad, and there's a lot of players who are at the club who shouldn't be at the club. Even 2 or 3 years ago, there should have been. Even Van Gaal should have got rid of some of these players. Maybe even Moyes should have got rid of some of them in his first summer. They're still here, a lot of these players, and Mourinho has to use them because they're on a lot of money to be squad players, so they have to be used in the Carabao Cup. So, no chance of Gomez or Chong starting. I'd be surprised if they make the bench. They should definitely be making the bench, but I'll be surprised if they make the bench. My prediction on this game is that I think Derby will come and give a good account of themselves. I think at times Derby will play good football, but surely the quality of a Premier League team, with the quality that has, will shine through against a team like Derby County. So I'm going to go Manchester United to win it 2-0. But I'm looking forward to it, more so than I normally do for a Carabao Cup. I mean, I think... because it's Derby, because you've got that Lampard versus Mourinho, master versus apprentice. Apprentice is playing the better football, better philosophy. Mourinho, very pragmatic. I think Derby will come and try and have a go, and they probably will win a few plaudits, but we will win the game. And we need to win the game. Let's not doubt about this. We need to win the game. You can't be losing a game like this. It's not the sort of game that if you lose, Mourinho gets the sack anyway. So we need to win it. We need to get the wider squad fresh and part of this Manchester United team, because at the moment the first team isn't doing bits anyway. So it's important that people like Martial, Pereira, Young, Dalot, Bailly come in and take the opportunity in this game and play really, really well. He might play Pogba tomorrow, but I would think not. And also, if McTominay is this great player that Mourinho believes he is, he's got to start tomorrow. And I think, as I said, Fred will start because his midfield three, I can tell you now, will be Fellaini, Matic and Pogba at West Ham. Because remember, against West Ham on Saturday lunchtime, we're in that position now after dropping points to Wolves. We cannot afford to lose to West Ham. It's like Watford and Burnley away. So we'll do exactly the same again. It'll be Fellaini as an unorthodox centre-back, Matic sat back, and all the onus on Pogba to try and get a goal from a set piece or something like that. We certainly won't be attacking West Ham. So that's how I think we'll line up. Hi Mark, you do Derby County team please for me? David Wright, yeah, dream on. This isn't Derby County fan channel. I've told you how they play. They pass out from the back and they press. But I ain't doing any Derby County predicted lineups, forget that. Lucas says play Chong. I love Tahith Chong. I love Angel Gomez, but would you play them against Derby County tomorrow night? Mourinho's under pressure. He's got to win that game. He's got a squad of players that don't get game time. Mata, Martial. I mean, if Rashford wasn't suspended, Rashford probably would play as well. So I don't see them being involved. I never thought they would be involved. Passing game is not his cup of tea, says Manchester United Forever 79. You just reminded me of a little swig of mine. It's a big thing when Lampard plays attacking, pressing football despite being in a winning Mourinho team for years. He sees the evolution in football, says always good. Fantastically good comment there. Really good comment. Shout me out, says Vertex Hacks. And thank you for saving my team from losing £500,000 a week, says Ania Kang, who's an Arsenal fan. You know what, actually, I did see a tweet yesterday. We put it up on the United Stand. It was from 2016. It was from an Arsenal fan. And it was basically on the lines of Sanchez holds on to the ball too long. He thinks he's prime Ronaldo. And he's killing us at the moment. That's 2 years ago in an Arsenal shirt, so it's not new. United should have known this sort of thing. And there's quite a few Arsenal fans have said that in the past. But look, Alexis Sanchez is costing us a lot of money every week. He's been here 8 months, and the only decent thing he's done in a United shirt is play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on a bloody piano. It's not good enough. You could argue maybe Sanchez should play tomorrow to get some confidence, but actually I think he's had his chance. Unless he's going to play up front or on the right, Martial deserves to start tomorrow. That's what needs to happen. 100% that's what needs to happen. Few people talking about Pereira's not a CDM, says Greg Grant. No, I don't think he is, but Mourinho has turned an attacking player into a CDM. Again, subliminally, philosophy, whatever, it's symbolic that Pereira's an attacker and he's playing as a CDM. I mean, you could even say Fellaini's best position is in the opposition's penalty box. He's now playing as a centre-back. hello and welcome to the world of Jose Mourinho. It is the way he's going to play. I back him as the manager because I think that's the right thing to do, the moral thing to do. But I do agree with a lot of people who are very annoyed at the moment. None more so than Paul Pogba. Now, look, Draughty Devil, absolute massive part of the United stand. Really get on with him. Good friend, respect his opinions. Him on Twitter today is very, very, very in on Paul Pogba. He's a disease to our club. I've had enough of him, and a few others are as well. You've got other people who are, Pogba's right. Pogba's right what he said about Mourinho, that we're not attacking, it's not the player's fault, it's the philosophy. That's basically what Pogba said. If you click the eye in the top right hand corner, I have actually reacted to the Pogba story for about 10 minutes on my channel, and you can see my rant about that. But tonight I want to get your views on this, because my opinion is that Pogba and Mourinho clearly have got an issue. You know, we had Pogba after Leicester when he was the captain, dug Mourinho out. We've had Pogba on his international break, he's dug Mourinho out. Mourinho's always praised Pogba, but Pogba's obviously got a problem with the style of football not getting the best out of him and the team. I ain't got a problem with Paul Pogba saying that. What I would say is that if Paul Pogba did question Sir Alex Ferguson's tactics publicly, he would be gone. But that world is gone as well. It's a very interesting thing, and I can't wait for the 8 o'clock show tonight, the Skype show, to get your opinions, because I think some people will be pro-Mourinho and anti-Pogba, and I think some people will say, well, Pogba's only saying what we're all really thinking anyway. We're losing points because of this crap football that we're playing, not getting the best out of our flair players, not playing quick enough, playing too defensively at home to bloody babysit two centre-backs who shouldn't be there. It's interesting. I can see both sides. I agree with Pogba. I was at the match on Saturday. We didn't need to be at the match. Everybody saw it. It wasn't good enough. But should it be coming out publicly? I mean, to me, there are two factions at Manchester United. There are Mourinho and his cronies, and there is Pogba and his cronies. And only one of those things are going to win unless they meet each other halfway. And the only way they can meet each other halfway is if Mourinho starts playing good football, which will please Pogba. But I don't think Mourinho will ever do that. We'll see that against West Ham at the weekend. We might see it tomorrow night. Who's on Pogba's side? I think the club are on Pogba's side. The club didn't back Mourinho in the summer. I think Paul Pogba knows he's in a very, very strong position. Whether the club are actually saying we're on your side against Mourinho, I don't know whether that's the case, but I certainly think Pogba is fully aware that he can leave Manchester United, that they don't want him to leave, that they want him to be the star, that he's the most marketable brand in the world. He's in a very, very comfortable position, Paul Pogba. Whereas Mourinho, I think he's in a comfortable position as well. But it's going to be, Cypher Rahman says it's 100% facts about Paul Pogba. Look, tonight at 8 o'clock, it's going to be a Skype show about that, so get involved with that. But bringing it back to Derby, I don't think Pogba will be involved in this game, and that's how I think we will line up. Obviously, I think because it's Carabao Cup, and I might get 2 or 3 players wrong in that. Actually, I don't think De Gea will start in goal, but we've got to win. I'm going to go 2-0, but I think Derby County are going to give us a good game. I think they will give us a good game. And I think that there is a potential for a banana skin. And as I said, for a Carabao Cup game, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to doing the watch-along tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to seeing how Derby play. But I think quality will come through. United will come through the test. But I think we'll be asked a lot of questions. And I think Derby are going to come under Lampard to, as he says, put in a good performance. And I don't think he'll be resting too many players. I think it's about momentum for Derby. Only 2 points off the top of the Championship. There's some decent teams in that league as well. It's very, very competitive. And this is another step in the progress as Frank Lampard's career. And I think he'll be a success. I think Lampard will be a success. I didn't really like him as a Chelsea player. I definitely didn't like him as a Chelsea player. But as the short time we had him as a pundit before he went to Derby County, I was very impressed with him. Very intelligent guy. And I think he'll do good things. And you know what? Fair play to him and Derby County, because he is embracing the modern world. He is embracing the way of playing football at the moment. And this style of football where you pass out from the back and you press and you attack, it won't last forever. There'll be another style. But the problem with Manchester United at the moment is we're not embracing the modern world. We're trying to do something that was successful 10 years ago, or 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Mourinho's still doing what he's always done. He's not evolving. And that is why Paul Pogba is saying what he's saying. And that is why United fans are like, we're at home to Wolves. They have more shots than us and they play us off the park. That's not acceptable. And Mourinho, no matter what or who or how we support him, he's got to change that. He's got to change that. And I'd like to see a bit of that tomorrow night, because there is that opportunity there to play in a different way and to, all right, if we lose, we're out, but it's against the team that we should beat anyway. So I want to see a little bit more expansion there. Mark, what was you with Lukaku on Saturday night? Don't know. I respect Jose as a coach, but we need to attack. We show too much respect to the lesser teams. We're Manchester United, not Stoke, says Michael Lynch. I don't care about the Milky Way Cup or the FA Cup, says Hans Magnus. Well, Mourinho always takes the Carabao Cup seriously anyway, because if he can get out this season finishing fourth, win the Carabao Cup, he'll point to silverware. So Mourinho always takes the Carabao Cup seriously. How can we doubt Pogba when he clearly wants for United what we have always been known for, attacking football, says Zati75. I'll probably use that as the opening line tonight on the show tonight, to be honest, because there are a lot of people who hate what Pogba said today, but there's a lot of people who back him what he said. All I'd say about Manchester United is it's going to be a very interesting season, and the fan base is divided. It is. It's been divided for a long time. Some people wanted to say after beating Watford and Burnley that we were back. Some people were like, I'll reserve judgment till we play somebody decent. We played somebody decent at the weekend. They played us off the park and we got a draw. And I said, when I say decent, they're not a top six side. We played one top six side and got beat 3-0 at home. We played quite well in that game, but we still got beat. So, look, I won't shirk away from the fact that I think this is the long goodbye for Mourinho. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it is. But I don't think it's going to be a sacked by Christmas Mourinho. I think Mourinho will be here for the season. I just don't think we're going to have a particularly good one in relation to the aspirations we thought. This should have been about a title challenge this year. We're not going to be anywhere near that. Whether we can pick up a cup along the way and finish fourth, I don't know. That may be our ceiling, but that's where we're at the moment. But Pogba versus Mourinho tonight, 8 o'clock on the Skype show. Can't wait for that. Really want to see which side people are on, or are they on neither? Do they think it's an issue at all? And anything else you want to talk about? But this is the Derby versus Manchester United preview for you. That is my predicted 11. Get commenting below on your predicted 11, because it may be very different to mine. Your score predictions. And are you worried about Derby, or do you just not care about this game? Because to be honest with you, I normally would be a bit apathetic. But actually, I'm very excited for tomorrow night. More than I really expected to be, because of what Frank Lampard said, because of how good Derby play, because of their philosophy, and because we don't play that way. I think it will be a test. And to be honest, I want United to be tested at the moment. I'd have been gutted if we were playing bloody MK Dons at home tomorrow night, because that would have just been a walk in the park. We need tests at the moment. United need tests. And we're going to get some. Derby tomorrow, West Ham away Saturday, Valencia at home next week. That's going to be tough as well. Keep the tests coming. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do smash the like button on your way out, and make sure you join us tonight at 8 o'clock. And if you didn't see my Pogba reaction this morning on my channel, click the eye in the top right hand corner and go and watch that. It's only 10 minutes long, and that's my opinion on it on my channel. Make sure you subscribe to that one as well. I'll see you later.